Headed into this season, everybody knew that the Cardinals needed more starting pitching. Their fans knew it, fans of other teams knew it, but apparently their front office still didn't see it as that big of a need, and now it's really costing them. Now granted, we're only 19 games into the Cardinals season, but with them currently sitting at 8-11, fourth in the NL Central, 6 games back of the first place Milwaukee Brewers, there's only one glaring issue to point at, and that's the starting pitching. You get it at this point. To start this year, the Cardinals rotation is ranked 25th in ERA and 23rd in fielding independent pitching, and as you start to look a little bit closer, it doesn't get much better than that. So let me know your thoughts on why they've been so bad to start the season, but this is what I found so far. When we first look at the main things that you talk about with pitching, they're not getting strikeouts. They're 25th in strikeout percentage. Then they're giving up both hits and home runs, currently 28th in average allowed and 20th in homers per 9. And their one bright spot, I guess, is they're limiting walks at about an average rate, currently 16th. Now, I covered this in a previous video where I talked about the Cardinal way. If you want to check that out, I'll put it at the end of the video and down in the description. But the Cardinals' pitching philosophy is to live and die by pitching to contact. They're currently 6th in zone percentage and 26th in whiff rate. And right now, that philosophy is absolutely killing them. First of all, they are not getting soft contact. They're currently ranked 28th. And by any metric that you want to look at, they're getting absolutely smacked. Currently bottom 5 in exit velo, hard hit percentage, and barrel percentage. And looking at the pitchers in the rotation, you have Jack Flaherty, Mikolas, Jordan Montgomery, and Jake Woodford, who've all made 4 starts, and Matz has made 3. Flaherty being the only one that currently has an ERA under 4.8, and even he's having issues. Flaherty's ERA is currently at 2.95, but his FIP is up at 5.48 because he's currently walking guys at over twice the MLB average right now. And giving up all of those free base runners is going to come back to bite you eventually. Now on the flip side, Montgomery's currently the only starter that they have with a FIP under 4.9. His is currently 2.87. But his main problem is that he's giving up an average against of 2.72. So his ERA is up at 4.84 because guys are just hitting the ball around against him. Then Matz is giving up walks and home runs. Mikolas is giving up even more home runs. And Woodford is out here getting absolutely shelled while struggling to get a lot of strikeouts at the same time. Then on top of this, all 3 of these guys are giving up an average against of at least 324 or higher. Guys are out here looking like Ichiro against these 3. And the real frustrating part is that if the Cardinals were getting good starts and addressed this like we all knew that they should have, they'd probably be one of the best teams in MLB right now. Offensively, they're currently 2nd in OPS and 3rd in WRC+, so they're hitting really well, and their bullpen is 10th in ERA while 2nd in fielding independent pitching. And if you take into account the fact that if their starters were pitching better and they weren't having to rely on the bullpen quite as much, they'd be more well rested and probably pitching even better than they are right now. Now their defense hasn't quite been what we're used to seeing from them. They're still 6th in defensive runs saved, but they're 17th in outs above average, and Fangraphs has them as the 18th best defense so far. But you know what? I'm gonna give them some slack because it's pretty hard to play defense when most of the balls getting hit at you are absolute bullets. Now the Cardinals do have Adam Wainwright on the IL with a groin strain, but do you really want to rely on a 41-year-old Adam Wainwright and a couple of prospects to be the ones to completely turn around this rotation for a team that's realistically trying to compete for a deep playoff run? And I don't realistically expect that their rotation is gonna stay this bad, but what's a step forward for them right now? Getting back to average at best? It just seems pretty obvious at this point that the Cardinals need to do something to address this. They have to get some high-end starting pitching into this rotation. And after not doing it this offseason, it just leaves them in a frustrating spot. So I'm curious what you think, how the Cardinals are going to go ahead and address this in the rotation. Now, if you enjoyed this video, and especially if you're a Cardinals fan, like I said, I did a video not that long ago on the Cardinal way. their organizational philosophy that's helped them be one of the better teams in baseball for the last 20 plus years. So to find out more about that, check out this video right here, or you can check out some of my other videos from the 2023 season so far. As always, thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I'll see you in the next one.